Hello, dear students. How are you all? Welcome on my YouTube channel again, which is Maths with Zohaib Malik. So, today I am here, Zohaib Malik again, and today I'm just gonna solve the most difficult paper which you find. Actually, the I'm talking about this on the basis of the feedback of multiple students, and they're asking to solve this question. And first of all, I would like to thank you, everyone. I'm getting very positive remarks and feedbacks from the students. Thanks a lot for the for appreciating my channels and my efforts. Thank you so much. So, on the demand of the multiple students, today I have decided to solve the special mini series exam and the maths paper, which was held only paper two, and which its code was 3171 instead of 24024. So this is basically the same paper, which is of CAIs of Pakistan, but actually this was a special mini series, so they changed its code due to the special series. So otherwise, no, there is no change of the syllabus and no change of the criteria. So let's start with the paper with the name of Allah, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So this is your math ministries paper 2, 3171 is code, which was held in May, June 2021. And the duration of the paper is same and the total marks are also same, which are 100. So let's start with the paper. So this is the first question which I can see. If I can minimize, I can zoom out the screen a little bit, which can fit into this page. So this is the question number one. One day. So let me activate my. Okay. So this is basically question number one. One day, 12 employees and office recorded the distance they drove to work and the time it took. The table shows the distances in kilometers and the times in minutes. Here we can see in the first row there is a distance in kilometers, and in the second row there is a time in minutes. So on grid, part one is on grid, complete the scatter diagram. The first 6 points have been plotted for you. So we can see the shaded one points, they are already plotted. So now we have to complete the graph by plotting these all points. So let's start plotting them. The first point is 35 and 40. So when the distance is 35 kilometers, the time is 40. So 35 means the values on the x-axis, which is 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and this is 40. So which is 40 at this place. And the next is 20 and 29. 20 and 29, which is this one, 30, and this is 29. Next is 32 and 40. So this is 32 and 40. Correct. 32 and 40 is this one. And the next is 35 and 48. So this is 35 and 48. So this would be below 2.48. So next is 22 and 33. So 22 and 33. This would be 33. And the next one is 39 and 46. 39 and 46. So this would be 40, 41, 42, 43, 46. Okay, now we have completed the table and I have drawn all the points. So let's move to second part. What type of correlation does the scatter diagram show? Here we can see the tend of the point is upward, so which would be definitely making a line with the positive gradient. So the type of correlation is positive. So next is draw a line of best fit on the scatter diagram. We have to draw a line of the best fit. So the criteria, the basic criteria for drawing the best fit line is that we have to divide the points equally in two parts. We have to try our best to divide the points into two parts. Here we can see there are how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have to try my best to divide the points equally, like the six of the points should be coming above the line and the six of the points should be coming below the line. So if I draw the line like this, so this would be like this. So this is the Pacific line. I have tried my best to equally divide the points into two parts if we can. So now for the next part, drove a distance of another employee drove a distance of 30 kilometers to work. Use your line of best fit to estimate how many minutes they took. So it means the distance is 30 kilometers and we have to find out the time. Here we can see there is a distance. So if I draw a line from here, so here I can see, and this is basically at 40. Yes. So they took 40 minutes. This is the answer. So let's move forward. Now let's make it 100%. And now here I can see there are 150 employees at the company. The table shows the distances in kilometer of each employee travels to work. The distances in intervals and the frequency is given below. First of all, we have to calculate the percentage of the employees who travel more than 25 kilometers to work. So the passengers they worked more than 25 kilometers to work. This is this category because I can see it's this class is containing the distance more than 25 till 30, and this class is containing the distance more than 30 and less than and equal to 60. So it means 36 plus 19, and we have to find the percentage. So it would be definitely dividing by the total number of people into 100. So 36 plus 19 would be 55 over 150 into 100. So this is 55 divided by 150 into 100, which is 36.7%. The three significant number, this is 36.7% of the people are also implies they traveled more than 25 kilometers to work. Now we have to calculate and estimate the mean distance. For mean distance, we are required to find the x values, which would be definitely the midpoint of these values, like the midpoint of 0 and 10. How can we find the midpoint? This is 0 plus 10 divided by 2, which means 5. So this is 5, and its midpoint is 15. Its midpoint is 22.5, its midpoint is 27.5, and its midpoint is 45. So now we have to find the mean of this interval. So this would be definitely 5 into 25 plus 15 into 28 plus 22.5 into 42 plus 27.5 into 36 plus 45 into 19, and this is gonna divided by the total frequency, which would be definitely 150. Or you can add up this all, this would be definitely again the 150. So now let's find 5 into 25 plus 15 into 28 plus 22.5 into 42 plus 27.5 into 36 plus 45 into 19. Its sum is 3,335 divided by 150, and it will be equal to 22.23, which is 22.2. This is the final answer because of the three significant numbers. Okay. Question number two. Zara works 5 days each week. Each day she works from 8 till 12:30 and from 13:15 till 17. She is paid $15 per hour. Work out how much Zara earns in 1 week. So first of all, we have to find out that how many hours does she work in the shop or whatever where she works. So from 8 till 12:30, it would be 9, 10, 11, 12, and the half of the line. It means 4.5 hours, and then 13, 15 till 17. So 14, 15, 15, 15, 16, 15, and 17, 15. But we have to take 15 minutes back. It means 3 hours and 45 minutes, which is in hours 3.45 divided by 60, it would be 3.75. 45 divided by 60, it is 0.75 plus 3, which is 3.75 hours. It means total number of hours she works in each day is 4.5 plus 3.75, and this is the total time of working in 1 day. But she used to work 5 days, and they're asking how much does she work, how much does she earn in 1 week. So we will multiply it by 5. This would be the total number of hours worked in 1 week, which is 4.5 plus 3.75 into 5, which is 41.25 hours. And now we have to find the amount in dollars. So the amount 41.25 times $15.40. So into 15.40. She used to earn $635.3 in 1 week. So now next question. Samuel works for 40 hours each week. He is paid $13.60 per hour. He pays 7.5% of his total earnings in tax. The rest of his earnings are paid into his bank account. Calculate the amount paid into his bank account each week. So Samuel works for 40 hours each week and he is paid 13.60 per hour. It means the total earning he used to earn is total earning in 1 week is equal to 40 into $13.60. 40 into 13.60, which is $544. And now it is given that he pays 7.5% of his total earnings in tax. So the tax would be definitely 7.5% of his total earning, which is 544. So it means the tax would be 7.5 over 100 into $544. So 7.5 divided by 100 into 544, this would be $40.8. It means this is his tax. And now we have to find the rest of his earnings are paid into his bank account. It means the bank account will be containing how much amount? 544 was the total earning, and out of that 40.8 was the tax. So 544 minus 40.8, which is 503.2. So we have to calculate the amount paid to his bank account each week, which is 503.2. Okay, so the next question. So Jacob $750 in an account that pays 2.1% per year simple interest. Mary invests $750 in an account that pays 3% per year compound interest. They each leave the money in their account for 5 years. At the end of the 5 years, there is the same amount of money in each account. Calculate the value of P. Give your answer correct to two decimal places. So first of all, let us we can find the total amount of money of the what it would be after 5 years in Jacob's account because we are containing the principal which is $750 and the rate we know 2.1% and the time is 5 years. So the simple interest of the Jacob would be P R T over 100. It means 750 into 2.1 into 5 divided by 100. So after 5 years, Jacob will be having the profit as 78.75. It means the total amount which would be in Jacob's account after 5 years would be 750 plus definitely the profit 78.75. So 750 plus the profit which is 828.75 dollars. And it is said that in the question Mary also invested this much amount in a compound interest, and after 5 years they both were having the same amount. It means after 5 years the Mary was having this much amount. The compound, let's name it Mary. The compound amount formula is P 1 plus R, rate is 2 p%, E over 100, and the whole power is 5. And we know after 5 years the total amount was 828.75, which is 750 1 plus P over 100 power 5. So what we are going to do? We are going to do is 1 plus P over 100 power 5 is equal to 8 to 8.75 over 750. This 750 is multiplying here and it will go to other side. It would be dividing definitely. And then we would be taking the fifth root of the amount. And then we will be taking 1 to this side. It means this would be, if I simplify it, 8 to 8.75. For the accuracy, we would be doing it directly because the answer will come in an accurate form. So this would be minus 1 is equal to P over 100. So I'm just gonna do 828.75 divided by 750. And now I'm going to take the fifth root of the answer, which is 1.02. I'm taking three significant number, 1.02 minus 1 is equal to P over 100. So 1.02 minus 1, it would be 0.02 is equal to P over 100. So this 100 will go and multiply. So P interest is 0.02 into 100, 2%. So this means it would be 2%. Yes. So let's move forward. Okay, so we are having another question, graph one. So for this, if I fit to so, so this is complete the table for y is equal to x cube over 2 minus x cube over 2 plus 3x plus 1. So let's start putting the value into this. Y is equal to minus 3 cube over 2 plus 3 into minus 3 plus 1. This would be minus into minus 27 over 2 minus 9 plus 1. So the y would be 27 because minus minus plus 27 divided by 2 minus 9 plus 1, which is 5.5. 5.5. So now the table is completed and they're asking draw the graph of y is equal to negative x cube over 2 plus 3x plus 1 for the domain negative 3 till positive 3. So let's start plotting the values. When x is negative 3, the y is 5.5. So this would be 5, 1, 2.5. Next is minus 2 minus 1, minus 1.5 and minus 8, minus 1.5 and minus 1.8. This would be next is minus 1 and minus 1.5, 0 and 1, 1 and 3.5, 2 and 3, next is 3 and negative 3.5, 3 and negative 3.5. So let's make a smooth curve. So this is the graph of this equation. So let's move forward. The graph, let us remain the graph as it is. By drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient of the curve at x is equal to 2. So this is the graph's actual position. We have to draw the tangent when x is equal to 2. So when x is equal to 2, this is this point. So let's try to draw a line. It should be in this way. This is a straight line which you are supposed to draw with the scale. So now we would be taking two of the points on this straight line. The first one I always used to recommend, try to pick up the point which is already given in this question. Like we are supposed to draw the gradient when x is equal to 2. So when x is equal to 2, the point, the y is 3, 2 and 3. So now let's take another point. Let's take this one. This is when x is 3, the y would be 0.7, 0.75. Let's start find its gradient. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which would be 0.75 minus 3 divided by 1, which is around in between negative 2.25. So it's fine. So now the next part is by drawing a suitable line on the grid, estimate the solution of the equation x cubed over 2 plus 1 is equal to 2x. X cubed over 2 plus 1 is equal to 2x. So we have to solve the equation 3 part t. We have to solve the x cubed by 2 Let me confirm again. This is x cube over 2 plus 1 is equal to 2x. So basically, we are supposed to we are supposed to solve this equation graphically, and the given equation on graph we can find its solution graphically is the way that we have to make this equation exactly same to the given original equation. Like here I can see this is negative x cube over 2 plus 3x plus 1, so let's rearrange it. It is x cube over 2 minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. And here I can see this is negative in the start, so let's multiply it minus 1 with the whole equation on both sides. Minus 1 into minus 1. So now this would be minus x cube over 2 plus 2x negative 1 is equal to 0. So now this is negative x cube over 2, and this is also negative x cube over 2. But here I can see this is plus 3x, but we have plus 2x, so we are required to add x on both sides because we need to increase 1x more. So according to maths, the change would be same on both sides of the equation. So if we are going to add 1x on the left side, then definitely we will add 1x on the right side as well to maintain the equality. Plus this would be 2x plus x, negative 1 is equal to 0 plus x. So now this is minus x cube over 2 plus 3x, negative 1 is equal to x. Now we are required to change this negative 1 into plus 1. So this is only possible if I'm going to add positive 2 on both sides. So 3x minus 1 plus 2x, x plus 2. So I was supposed to add it plus 2 only. So now this would be minus x cube over 2 plus 3x plus 1 is equal to x plus 2. Now this whole side has been changed into this, and this is equal to y, so this would be y is equal to x plus 1. So now how can we find the solution of this equation? This is only possible, we have just made this into this form, and in the result we found this equation. So the solution of this equation is only possible if I can draw this equation on the graph, and I would be finding I would be taking the numbers where this line would be intersecting this whole graph. So let me make a table here. Let's suppose x values, and we will be getting y values. So x values I'm taking 1, 2, only two x values are enough because we are just going to make a straight line due to the linear function. So when x is 1, we will put here x is 1, so 1 plus 1, the y would be 2. When we will replace x is 2, then the y would be 3. So let's start marking the point. When x is 1, the y is 2. Yes, this is the point. When x is 1, then y is 2. When x is 2, the y is 3. This is exactly same the point where we have drawn the tangent. So let me try my best to make a straight line here. So I hope so that the answers are negative 1.8. So x is equal to negative 1.8. This is the first answer. It has produced the three answers because it intersected the original curve on three different points. So all the intersection points x values would be the solution of this equation. So here we can see the x value is almost more than this one. So this would be 0 point something, or 0 point x is equal to 0.4. And at the third point, this would be 1 point, was 1.7. So these are the three answers which I can find here on the graph. So let's move forward. So let's make the picture bigger. So here I can see the universal set is x, that is x is an integer 1 till 10, and the p is the x, that is x is a prime number from 1 till 10, and f is the x, that is x is the factor of 18. And we have to solve this equation, this question. This is no. So first of all, we are gonna find the elements of these sets. So P sets would be, we have to take out the numbers from 1 till 10, the prime numbers. So 2 is the prime number, 3, 5, 7, and this much. And in F, we have to find the numbers, they are factor of 18. So in factor of 18, 1 is the factor of 18, 2, 3, 6, and 9. So now we have to complete the Venn diagram. In this segment, we know this contains all the common elements from P and F. So in P and F, we are having 2 in common and 3 in common and this much. So what is left in P set? 5 and 7. So 5 and 7. And in F set, 1, 6, 9. 1 is already given, 6 and 9. And still it is not over, we have to write the numbers they are left in universal set. So 1 is already here, 2, 3, 4 is left, 4, and 5 is here, 6 is here, 7, 8 is not here, so 8 is here, 9 and 10. So this is what we have completed the Venn diagram. Now we have to write down the elements in P intersection F, means the common elements of P and F. So the common elements of P and F are 2 and 3. And now we have to state P complement union F complement. So I guess if we can equate it equal to P intersection F whole complement, because we have two properties. If P complement union F complement, that can be written as P intersection F whole complement, and if this is P complement intersection F complement, so this can be written as P union F whole complement. So we have just applied this property, this one. So now we have to, now it has become easier. Now we have to find out the number of the elements. They are P intersection F complement. So if this is P intersection F, two elements are common, and we have to leave this area. It means these all are the answer of P intersection whole complement. So we have to count the number of elements. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are 7 in numbers. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 is also. So these are 8 numbers. 1 is left. Here we can see 1 is also. So this is, these are 8 numbers in common. Okay. Now here I can see these are the cards. Tara has these 10 number cards. So she takes one of the 10 cards at random, find the probability that the card shows a square number. So when this is a square number, so we can see 1 is a square number, and 4 is a square number, and 9 is a square number. So it means these are 3 cards out of the 10 cards. So this is 3 over 10. So now for the second part, so this is Tara takes one of 10 cards at random, notes the number and replace it. She repeats this, work out the probability that the both cards chose multiple of 4. It means the process was went with the replacement process. So now, first of all, we have to count out how many numbers are multiple of 4. So this is the 4 multiple of 4, and 8 is a multiple of 4. It means there are 2 cards. So when the first card was taken out, this was 2 out of 10. And when the second card was taken out, this was again 2 out of 10 because the card was replaced back. So now this would be 4 over 100, which would be 2 by 50 and 1 by 25. So this is the answer. So the third pass is Tara takes 2 of the 10 cards at random without replacement. Work out the probability that at least one of the cards shows a number greater than 7. So the total there are 10 cards. Out of 10, greater than 7 are these 3 cards. So if let's suppose the first card is greater than 7, this would be 3 out of 10. Then the rest of the second would be definitely 7 or smaller than 7, which would be 7 out of 9. Or this can be possible. The first card is not greater than 7, but this would be 7 out of 10 into 3 out of 9 because the second card is greater than 7. Or this is possible now because of this term at least means we have to go till the end. So we can take both of the cards are greater than 7, which is 3 over 10 into 2 over 9. Now this would be 21 over 90, 21 over 90, 6 over 90, which is 21 plus 6 divided by over 90, which is 8 over 15. So this is the final answer. Okay, here we can see question number 5. So here is the question, which I can see the diagram shows a water tank in the shape of a prism with an open top. The cross section of the tank ABCD is a trapezium. The base of the tank CDAG is a rectangle. The all dimensions are in meters. AB is equal to this AB is equal to BC is equal to FG. FG is we can see FG, yes, and EH. So these dimensions are equal. Show that the depth d meter of the tank is 0.477, correct to three significant figures. So now we have to find the depth of this figure, whole figure. So I can see if I want to find this one, there is no any other way if I can draw a line from here and another line from here because this has changed into a rectangle. So if this is 0.65, it means this is 0.652. And the whole length I can see AB would be definitely equal to EF. So EF is 0.95. So if I take away 0.95, so 95 minus 0.65, so the answer would be containing the length of these two segments. So it means 0.95 minus 0.65 is equal to 0.3. So now this 0.3 is containing the length of these two segments and they are equal to, so which is equal to divided by 2, which is 0.15. And this is also 0.15. And now I can find the perpendicular of this right angle triangle because I'm having the hypotenuse and the base or whatever you can say. So I would be applying definitely if this is x or this is d, then definitely 0.50 whole square is equal to 0.15 whole square plus d square. So now d would be equal to 0.15 square 0. Sorry, this is 0.50 whole square minus 0.15 whole square and square root. So this is 0.5 whole square minus 0.15 whole square, and the square root of the answer is definitely 0.4769. So we will be taking three significant numbers: 0.477 meter. This is the answer. So now we have to calculate the surface area of the tank. We have to find the surface area of this tank. So I can see this is the open top tank. It means the total surface or the faces I have in this question. The first one, which is in the front of the trapezium, the second one would be at the back, and the rectangle is in the right side, and the rectangle is on the left side, 4, and the base at the base is a rectangle 5. So total 5 faces are there, and I have to add up their areas. So let's start finding from the first side, which is the trapezium. So let's find the area of the trapezium, which is 1 over 2 into the height. Height would be this one. The perpendicular height is d, which we have just found, 0.477, into the sum of two parallel sides. The first parallel side is this one, 0.65, and the second one would be definitely 0.95. So 0.65 plus 0.95, and this is times 2, because the first is at the front and the other one would be at the back. So let's cancel this 2 with 2. So now this would be 0.477 into 0.65 plus 0.95. And now this is 0.763 meter square. Now for this rectangle, its area of rectangle would be now 1.60 into 0.50. 1.60 into 0.50. This would be equal to 1.60 into 0.50, 0.8 meter square, and this would be times 2 as well, because these two rectangles are same. So this would be 1.6 then meter square. And now we are having the area. We are just supposed to find the area of the rectangle, which is at the base. So the area would be equal to 0.65 into 1.60. It means 0.65 into 1.60, which is 1.04 meter square. So now for this one, this is basically the B part. For this, we are supposed to add up these all areas. So this is the surface area would be 0.763 plus 1.6 plus 1.04. 0.763 plus 1.6 plus 1.04, which is 3.40 or 3.4, because the third significant number is 0, so this is meter square. This is the answer. Okay, let's move forward. Let's wait. Okay, now let's read this one. So here I can see the diagram shows the cross section of this tank. The tank that contains water to the depth of 0.30 meter. Show that the W is 0.84 meter, correct to two significant numbers. So now we have just found out that these are two triangles, and they are congruent too. If we can find these two lengths, we can add up into 0.65. This whole would be W, because we have just found in the previous part that this length is 0.65. And now here I can see how can I find this length. This is basically, if I can see this is 0.30, so this length is 0.30 as well. And we found in the previous part that in A part this is 0.15, and this is 0.15 as well, because when we applied the Pythagoras theorem, this was 0.15. So now we have to find this length. So here I can see these are basically the similar triangle. If I name them A, B, C, D, E, so I can see that A, B, C is similar to A, D, E. So what I can take the ratios equal and I can find this length which can be BC. So this would be 0.30 over 0.477. The height of this small triangle over the height of the bigger triangle is equal to the unknown length, which is CB, over 0.15. So it means CB would be 0.30 times 0.15, 0.30 times 0.15 over 0.477. So 0.30 times 0.15 divided by 0.477, which is 0.0943 in three significant figures. It means this length is 0.0943, and we have to find this one as well, and they both are equal, so times 2, this would be 0.189. And now we will add this 0.65, so W is equal to 0.65 plus 0.189, which is equal to 0.84 meter. So we have proved that this is 0.84 meter. And now we have to calculate the area of the surface of the water in the tank. As the tank is closed from everywhere, so only the surface would be, we have found that the W is 0.84. So for this we need to go back to the original shape. The W is 0.84. So it means if here is the W 0.84, then the water surface would be definitely, because the tank is closed, it would be here. We can see at this place, because the top is open, and here we can see the water surface. So this is basically the rectangle, and we need to find its area. This would be 0.84 into 1.60, which is equals to 0.84 into 1.60, 1.344 meter square, and which is the answer of C part, I guess. Which is the answer of second part, 5, yes, C second part. Now let's move forward. Okay. Here we can see a diagram. This is the diagram shows a field ABCD, where AB is 285 meters, BC is 425 meters, and CD is 750 meters. Kareem and Nabila are running in the field. Kareem starts running from B at the same time as Nabila starts running from D. So it means Kareem started from this, and the Nabila started from this. So Nabila runs from D to C at a speed of 12.2 kilometer per hour. So speed is 12.2 kilometer per hour. And Cream runs from B to C and at a speed of 11.5 kilometer per hour. So now how work out how much time Cream waits at C before Nabila arrives. Give your answer in minutes and seconds correct to the nearest second. So it means the cream would have reached first or the before the Nabila. So we have to find their time, like how much time do they take before reaching the point C. So let's first start with cream. So if the distance is in meter, first of all we need to change it into kilometers. So we are supposed to find the time. Time is equal to distance. 425 divided by 1000 would be 0.425 over 11.5 kilometer. So its answer would be 0.425. 0.425 divided by 11.5, which is 0.036 or 0.0370 hours. If I change this into the minutes into 60, so this would be 0.0370 times 60, which is equal to 2.22 minutes. So if I change this into the minutes and seconds, this would be 2 minutes and 0.22 of a minute into 60, which is 13.2, means 13.2 seconds. So the cream took time to 2 minutes and 13.2 seconds. Now let's find the time for Nabila. For Nabila, I'm changing the color so we can differentiate it. So Nabila is running for 750 hours. Time is equal to 0.75 kilometers, and the speed is 12.2, and its time would be 0.75 divided by 12.2, which is 0.0615. 0.0615 hours, and I've changed it into the minutes. It would be 0.0615 into 60, which is 3.69 minutes. And if we change it into minutes and seconds, so 3 minutes and 0.69 into 60, this would be 41.3 second. So it means Green took 2 minutes and 13.2 seconds, and Nabila took 3 minutes and 41.3 seconds. So the time difference would be 3 minutes and 41.3 seconds minus 2 minutes and 13.2 seconds. So this would be 41.3 minus 13.2, which is 28.1 seconds, and 3 minus 2 is 1 minute. It means 1 minute, and we have to write the answer correct to the nearest second. It means 1 minute and 28 seconds was the time when for that the cream was waiting for the Nabila. 1 minute and 28 seconds. Okay. So now next is B is due east of A and D is due south of A. B is due east of A. We can see this is 90 degree, and D is due south of A. And B is on a bearing of 35 from D. So B is on the bearing of 35 from D. It means this is 35 degree from north. So the next is calculate AD. We are supposed to find AD. So which here we can see there is a right angle triangle. So we are supposed to find the adjacent, or we can see this is the base. So in both conditions we are going to apply tan theta. Tan 35 is equal to 285 over 80. So it means AD is equal to 285 over tan 35. So AD is equal to 285 divided by tan 35, which is 407 point or 407 meters. Okay, next is calculate the bearing of C from D. Bearing of C from D. So this was 35, this is 407. Calculate the bearing of C from D. It means we are supposed to find this angle. So we are supposed to find first of all this angle, then we will add 35 into this angle because we need to find the whole angle. So here I can see there's no way to find this angle because in this triangle I'm only having two sides. So I need to find this third side because if I would be having the third side, then definitely I would be applying the cosine rule for finding this angle. So I would be applying now the Pythagoras theorem for finding BT. So BT is equal to 407 square plus 285 square and square root. So which is 407 square plus 285 whole square, so square root of the answer, which is 496.9. 496.9 meter. And now for finding this angle I need to apply cosine rule. So for cosine rule I would be taking 425 whole square is equal to 750 whole square plus 496.9 whole square minus 2 into 750 into 496.9 into cos theta. And now let's simplify them. If I can see, this is here. If I bring this side to the other side, this would be 2 into 750 into 496.9 cos theta is equal to 750 square plus 496.9 square negative 425 square. I took this to other side, and now cos theta is equal to 750 square plus 496.9 square minus 42.5 square over 2 into 750 into 496.9. So now this would be theta is equal to 750 square plus 496.9 square minus 425 square over 2 into 750 into 496.9. And this is 0.844 and shift cos inverse of the answer. This is angle theta is equal to 32.5 degree. So this is 32.5 degree. So the bearing of D from C is 35 plus 32.5 degree is equal to 67.5 degree. This is answer. Okay, here are the first four terms of a sequence 1, 7, 13, 19. Find an expression for the nth term of this sequence. So here I can see that the difference is 6, 6, and 6. So I can see there is a constant difference. So we will think about the previous term, which would be definitely minus 5. And this is increasing, so plus, and the interval was 6n. So this is the nth term, minus 5 plus 6n. Lee says that there is no even number in the sequence. Use the expression of nth term to explain why he is correct. So as we know that, so this is the 6 times we have to find out 6 times of number of the term, and then we would be subtracting 5. So in every term we can see we would be having the multiple of 6, and from if we subtract 5, you will be getting you will not be getting any even number. So let's test. So 36, this would be minus 5 plus 6 n is equal to, let's suppose this is 36. If the n is 6, then this will be 36 minus 5 is equal to 31. So if let's take the number of the element is 7, so minus 5 plus 6 into 7, this would be 42, minus 5 is equal to 37. So it means it is not possible to get any even number in this term. So now let's come to the next part. Here are the first four terms of different sequence: 2, 4, 2 over 9, 4 over 16, 8 over 25, and 16 over 36. Find an expression for the nth term of this sequence. We have to find the nth term of this sequence. So if I observe the denominator, I can see this would be, if there is a first term, this is a square number of 3. It means two numbers forward square. If this is the second term, then two numbers forward will come 4. So this is 4 square. So this would be n plus 2 whole square. So let's verify. This is the first, second, third, fourth term. So 4, n is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 square is 36. And here I can see this is 2, this is 4, this is 8, 16. So every time it is getting times 2. If this is 2 first term, and then this is definitely 2 square, this is 2 power 3, so this is 2 power n. So this is the formula of this sequence. Let's move forward. So this is now the nth term of another sequence is un is equal to 3n square minus 6n plus 5. The first term in the sequence with the value greater than this much is uk. Find the value of k. So it means 3k square minus 6k plus 5 is greater than 2000. We have to find what is the value of k. 3k square, or we can take it as equal, because we will be finding where this come at k. So 3k square minus 6k plus 5 minus 2000 is equal to 0. So 3k square minus 6k negative 1995 is equal to 0. So let's check whether they come all in 3 times table or not. 1995 over 3. So yes, it comes k divided by 3, the whole equation. K square minus 2k minus 665 is equal to 0. So let's apply the quadratic formula. So k is equal to minus 2 plus minus b square minus 4ac over 2a. So which is 2 plus minus 4 plus 65 into 4, this is 2660 square root over 2. Let's do it here. This is 2 plus minus square root of 2660 plus 4. This would be square root of this one. It means 51 point. So let's move the square root some. This is 51.6 over 2. So the k value is 2 plus 51.6 over 2, and k is equal to 2 minus 51.6 over 2. So k value is 2 plus 51.6 divided by 2, which is 26.8, and the k value would be negative 2 minus 57, 51.6 divided by 2, which is minus 24.8, which is not acceptable because the number of terms cannot be negative. So k is 26.8, and the question was the first term in the sequence with the value greater than this one is uk. So it means they are referring when k is equal to 27. So we have to find the value of k, which would be definitely giving the term greater than 2000. So system So now A is the point negative 2, 1 and B is the point 3, 3. Find the length of AB. It means we are referring to the distance formula. AB is equal to x2 minus x1. So let's take this one x2, this is y2, and x1 and y1. So x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square and the square root. Now this would be 3 plus 2 whole square plus 2 whole square. Now this is 5 whole square plus 2 whole square in the square root, which is equal to AB length. So this is 25 plus 4 square root, 29 square root, which is equal to the square root of 29, which is 5.39 units. Next is ABCD is a square with the sides AB, BC, CD and DA. C is below the x-axis. Find the coordinates of C. So let's, for a rough drawing, let's draw a graph. So if I can see ABC the square with sides AB, BC, CD and DA. So A points are negative 2 and 1. So let's take, if this is negative 2 and this is 1. So the point is here. This is A. And the B is 3 and 3. So let's take, this is 3 and this is 3. So this would be like this. So if we join them, this is a square, point A and B. And now they're asking the point C is below the x-axis. This means the square was possible to be, C point could be above the B point, or this can be below this one. But according to their reference, C is below the x-axis, so we will ignore this one. It means C is here where the x value is positive and the y value would be negative. So A point is minus 2 and 1 and the B point is 3 and 3. So it means the movement, or I can say, if let's take AB as a vector, so its column vector would be from A to B. This would be definitely 5 units forward and 2 unit upward. So this one again, it would be, if I move B to C, 2 units forward and the 5 units downward, because I have to approach C, and we can see that the lengths are equal, so definitely the magnitude would be equal and their movement would be equal as well. So I have to move 2 units forward and the 5 units downward. So it means after moving 2 units forward, this 3 will be changed into 5, and 5 units downward, this would be changed into 3. On the y-axis would be minus 2. So the C values can be 5 and negative 2. Okay, so this is, I guess, so second last question. So P is the point negative 7 and 8, Q is the point 9, 4. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of PQ. As we know, the midpoints are x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. It means minus 7 plus 9 divided by 2 and 8 plus 4 divided by 2. So it would be negative 7 plus 9 is 2, so 2 over 2 is 1, and 8 plus 4 is 12, 12 divided by 2 it is 6. The points are 1 and 6. Find the equation perpendicular to bisector of PQ. So bisector means where P and Q is, the line would be definitely passing through the center point, which we have already found 1 and 6. So now it would be making 90 degree because this is a perpendicular bisector. So P points are minus 7 and 8 and Q are 9 and 4. We know that when two lines are perpendicular, their gradients are reciprocal. So the gradient of PQ is 4 minus 8 over y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is equal to minus 4 over 9 plus 7 would be 16. This would be 1 by negative 1 by 4. And the gradient of AB would be, or the bisector would be 4. Now for equation, this would be y is equal to mx plus c, y is equal to 4x plus c, and for finding c, we will be putting the midpoint. So y is 6, 4 into 1 plus c. So this is 4 1 the 4, so 4 will go there, and this would be 2, 2 is equal to c. So now the final equation is y is equal to 4x plus 2, 4x plus 2. So this is the, I guess, second last question. Okay. So A, B, C are the points of the circle center O, X is the midpoint of AB, and Y is the midpoint of BC. And AB length is equal to BC, it is given. Show that the triangle AOX is congruent to triangle BOY. So AOX is congruent to BOY, and give a reason for each statement you make. Okay, so now AB is equal to BC, so it means this is a, if AB is a chord and BC is a chord, they both are equal, and OX and OY are the perpendicular of the chord. So according to the circles property, these segments would be equal, and they would be also equal. So now we can see these four triangles are basically, if we talk about OAB and OCB, they are the isosceles triangle, because I can see the radius OA is equal to OB and OC. So I can see these are the isosceles triangle, and this would be making 90 degree. So if you explore the circle properties, you will get the right answer. So now I can see AX is equal to BY, because AB is equal to BC given, and OX is perpendicular to AB, and OY is perpendicular to CB. So they would be making 90 degree. So OXA is equal to 90 degree, and which is equal to OYB. So now the second condition, because OA is equal to OB, radii of circles. So now the hypotenuse same because of this triangle, and AX is equal to BY according to circle properties. So by property RHS, when hypotenuse are same and right angle triangle and one side is equal, so these two triangles are congruent. AB is 7. We have to find BOA. We have to find this whole angle. So we know that according to the circle property, if this is a perpendicular on AB, this means it is 3.5 and 3.5. And this was the right angle triangle. So what we can find this angle, this would be AOX, which would be equal to uh, sine theta is equal to 3.5 over 4. So theta is equal to sine inverse, so theta is equal to shift sine inverse 3.5 over 4, which is 61.0 degree. And because the AOB is double, so AOB is equal to 61.0 times 2, which would be 122 degree. And the next part is calculate the shaded area. We have to find the shaded area. So for this purpose, this is only possible because if we see these sectors, AOB is equal in area BOC, and if I find this area, the shaded segment of one side, then this would be equal to this one. So this is only possible if I find the area of the whole sector AOB and I subtract the area of the unshaded triangle, which is AOB. So area of sector AOB minus area of triangle AOB, and this would be times 2 because this area and this area. So area of the sector is, we have already found the angle 122. This is 122 over 360 into pi r square, 3.142. The radius is 4 minus the area of triangle would be 1 over 2 into 4 into 4 into sine 122, and this would be times 2. So let's do it on the calculator. This is 122 over 360 multiply 3.142 into 4 square minus 1 over 2 into 4 into 4 into sine 122, and this is the area 10.25 into 2, this is 20.5 centimeters square. Okay, now this is the last page. So this is for with each play a number game, they both start with the same number. For subtract 4 from the starting number and multiplies the result by 11. Abid multiplies the starting number by 5 and adds 1. Farah and Abid both end up with the same answer. Form an equation and solve it to find their starting number. So let's suppose their starting number is x. Let's suppose starting number is x. So because they started to the same number, so for this reason we have taken x for both of them. Farah subtracts 4 from the starting number and multiplies the result by 11. So x minus 4 and multiplying the result by 11. This is Farah's result, which is equal to Farah. F stands for Farah. And Abid, what he does, Abid multiplies the starting number by 5, which means 5x, and adds 1. And they both end up with the same number. It means if I take x minus 4 times 11 is equal to 5x plus 1, which means this would be 11x minus 44 is equal to 5x plus 1. So 11x minus 5x is equal to 1 plus 44, which is 6x is equal to 45. So x is equal to 45. So x is equal to 45 over 6. 45 over 6, which is 7.5. It means the number is 7.5 for both of them. So next is rearrange the formula and make C the subjects. So for making C the subjects, we will multiply this denominator with this A. It would be A into C plus 1 is equal to B into 4 minus C. So AC plus A is equal to 4B minus BC. So for C, C is here and C is here as well. So let's bring them together. So AC plus BC is equal to 4B minus A. So let's take C common. C is A plus B is equal to 4B minus A. Now C is equal to 4B minus A over A plus B. So for the last part, express a single fraction in its simplest form. So we need to take its LCM. So let's do cross multiply and the denominator product, so which is equal to 5 into 1 minus x minus 4 into 3x minus 2 over 3x minus 2 into 1 minus x. It is 5 minus 5x, 12x plus 8 over 3x minus 2 into 1 minus x. So 5 plus 8, it would be 13 minus 17x over 3x minus 2 and 1 minus x. So this is the final answer. So with this paper is finished. So I hope you would have enjoyed this paper. So I have tried my best to give me or to explain all the parts, all the solutions. So I wish you all the best. So at the end, I would say if you haven't tuned up, if you haven't subscribed my channel, which is Maths with Zohaib Malik, so kindly subscribe it again for the latest videos. So in future, I'm gonna solve the new maths paper for O levels, A levels, and the SATs classes are also going to start very soon. So, with this, uh, thank you very much for watching this. Bye. Allah Hafiz.